Hi, thank you for joining me. It's Tuesday the 13th of June and I have a 2-card tarot reading for you. And then once I've given this reading, I'm going to pick an angel card for us. I thought it's about time I did that. I haven't done that for a few days. Okay, so let's see what we've got today. Okay, we've got the Hermit and we've got the Muse of Emotions. Now these cards are unusual in the fact that they don't have a king, they have a muse, and it's a landscape instead of a portrait picture. So yeah, it's difficult to do in a reading. So let's put them like that. Okay. Well, there seems to be an awful lot of thinking going on here. I know that the emotions are about water signs and feelings, but I feel like the Hermit is really doing a little bit of soul searching there. So let's deal with her first. Okay, so you can see it a little bit closer. So we've got a lady, she's out in the desert, but she's sheltered by that tree. The Hermit usually is somebody that wants to just take a little bit of a step back and retreat and be alone. And sometimes that's what's needed when we're just trying to work out in our heads where we go from here. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think if you're in a relationship or a working environment where you can just go, do you know what, I need to take a little bit of time out, it's good if you can do that, and it's good if you can let other people do that as well, because not everybody can they? So this person seems to be looking up at the heaven, looking for inspiration, but actually the sunshine poking out from under that, over that sand dune, seems to be shining white light onto her. So I kind of feel there's a real universe connection here, and I feel it's important to make sure that you're looking in the right direction, because she's looking up, but actually the illumination is coming from the side there, and sometimes I think that sort of shows that we can get so lost in thought we don't really understand what's going on around us, or we're not seeing the obvious. The other thing that's very different with this Hermit card is often the Hermit is portrayed as being somebody in a cave. This person has gone a different way and gone off in the wilderness, but again, it is somewhere where that you're just not going to come across that many people. So that might sound like absolute heaven to you. You might love the idea of just going on a retreat, spending some time meditating or contemplating your next move, wishing to have this quiet space in your busy life where you can go and just take some time. So perhaps this is what you're wishing for, and if it is, then you know, maybe this is a sign that is something that you need to do. But this is a message for the collective. So I also want to just put the kind of negative aspect of the Hermit, that we can spend too long in this place. So I feel if you're somebody that has done that recently or is doing it more often than not, shying away from human company, turning down invitations to go out, or you know, really just enjoying their own company to the absolute extreme, then the sort of negative or warning of this Hermit card is that we cannot experience life when we're in a very barren, you know, place where nothing much is happening. So yeah, there's two sides to that, isn't there? You know, and I guess it's everything's great in moderation. We don't want to get knowing you've got to the point where you've sorted out your head, you know where you're going, and then taking the next step forward is it's a difficult balance, and we don't always get it right, do we? Sometimes we don't have enough time to think, and sometimes we give ourselves too much time. Don't forget that the Hermit is card number 9 in the major arcana. The 9s are suggesting that we're almost completing a cycle. Yeah, because obviously, don't need me to tell you this, the next number is 10. 10s are ends of cycles, new big endings and new beginnings. So I kind of feel like this is that culmination point where you're just getting your head together before the big change of whatever it is you're deciding to do. So I'm going to just put the Hermit card down here, and I'm going to take a look at this Muse card. She looks yeah, that's really funny. There's so many different things going on with this card. I don't actually know where to start. So I'm going to put it right close to the screen there. I hope it's not fuzzy. We've got fish, we've got jellyfish, we've got a lady drinking from, I don't know if that's a shell or a cup. I guess it must be a cup because the emotions are linked to the cups in a tarot pack. But wow, she's really just loving life, really, isn't she? I feel that this lady is almost a movie star or something. She's reminding me of someone from sort of the 1920s in some sort of fancy on a stage singing or something. But this person really have, because these aren't kings in this pack, because they're a muse, it's almost like finding who you are, finding really and understanding who you are. And I feel the Hermit connection there is the idea that this person is now really getting it, really getting who they are. So remember I said to you earlier with the Hermit about knowing the time. I feel that Muse of Emotions is coming in to say, no, you're going to know when it's time to start this fantastic new journey, because you're going to feel like a new you. You're going to feel like, especially with your emotions, you're going to feel like you've totally got it, and something has switched on in your head to realize what it is that you want in your life, or who you are, what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept anymore. I feel that this muse is very much in control of their emotions and understanding, or even making a stand that other people are no longer going to control them. So, you know, maybe the Hermit is coming in as an idea that actually that does mean I've got to have some awkward conversations, or, you know, I'm aware that that is going to lead to some endings, because when we do level up in our emotions or a spiritual life or anything, you do get that idea of things falling away to make room for the new. But I feel that this Muse of Emotions here is going to be aware of that, but so confident that they're doing right for themselves that it's not going to be an issue. I feel the only thing that would hold you back is if, like I said earlier, we spent too long thinking about it and, you know, imagining all the possible conversations that could have in our heads. But I feel we've got to a point now where we absolutely know what is going to make us happy, and that is yeah, I feel like that is the next stage of whatever this cycle's just ending and the new cycle is beginning. Don't forget, at the end of this week, we've got I'm going to pick an angel card. We've got a new moon. So, you know, endings and beginnings are a wonderful place when the moon is new, aren't they? Right, so let me quickly pick an angel card for you. Let's get a message from the angel, see if that ties in with that. Grace and Antoinette, to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. All right, so I kind of feel like that's that Muse of Emotions. If you've suddenly had an epiphany or a moment where you're like, yep, I get me, I get what I want. Other people may not. So it may lead to a little bit of conflict or a little bit of misunderstandings or a little bit of careful conversations, which is possibly why that Hermit card's come in there, as you're sort of thinking all those practical things around in your head. So seeing other people's points of view, yeah, that's a very, very helpful message from the angels to help us today, to guide us with those two cards. So I hope that did resonate. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back again tomorrow with another reading for you, so please join me then. It's lovely that you have joined me today, so thank you and have a great day. Bye for now.